statement that I made in reference to the statement that was made by our first President of the Republic of Ghana, that Ghana independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. And how do you liberate the Africa? The liberation in Africa is several ways. As at now, a lot of the Africans have gotten their independence. So in what way again can we liberate them? We can liberate them from several quarters and several areas. And one of the area I was dwelling much on was the unemployment situation, which we can use a lot. We can use an opportunity to solve. Now, around the Francophone countries, there are a lot of vacancies there that can be filled. They are in need of English teachers around the globe that can be filled. Why can't we send the Ghanaians to go to the Francophone country? Before they will go, at least they will need basic French. That one is key. Again, I dwell on the fact that Ghana, God has blessed us. We have institutions of the best in nature, in stature. For instance, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. We have University of Ghana and all the universities around. And as of now, we have several universities. We are training the best material. But the question is the materials that we are training our brothers, our close brothers that we share boundary with, are they able to make good use of that material? The answer is no. We have a lot of engineers here, which Burkina Faso could have benefited from. We have a lot of doctors here, which Burkina Faso could have benefited from, Togo could have benefited from, but the language barrier is actually preventing a lot. We have a lot of opportunities which our graduates here who are done with their national service could have gone and benefited from. So there is a barrier. That is why my advice is that moving forward, we need to base upon the relationship that exists between national service and then frank volunteers, so that at least we can take that advantage and make sure those that are doing the national service, we offer them training online for them to pick up the French language. Then they will become bilingual. So it's an opportunity, like what we have done to the pedagogy training years ago. Those who have graduated from places like KNUSC and others, a lot of them were out not having the pedagogy language. They have not been taught. But what we've managed to do is that with the kind and benevolence of teachers, now we've been able to roll it out. And before they go and teach, they are taken through the pedagogy. And so then it simply means is that they are now being trained to be able to teach very well, because the learning skills, the teaching skills are all given to them. So we will also talk to the teacher to be able to incorporate the French into it. So by the 1 year that they are doing their national service, they will still be learning the French. So that is the advice I was given.
So how fast?
For me, it's a pleasure to be there and an honor because, first of all, I am in your country, in Ghana. So it's important for me to be there, not only to be with the French and Ghanaian volunteers, but also to be with all the Ghanaians. That is more important for the French embassy and for us to have this place to, first of all, to share with the young Ghanaian people, young Ghanaian students, also to understand what are their expectations. You know, I'm coming from France. I cannot say I know what Ghanaian people need. So this day is also the opportunity to listen to the young Ghanaians.
How long did you start this program?
Okay, the partnership between France and Ghana is a very old program. It's a long journey, you know. Perhaps the more important now, there is a new partnership between France and Ghana. More important because focusing on a win-win program, as the French ambassador mentioned. It's important for us to get some French volunteers here in Ghana to learn what is Ghana, to share with Ghanaian people their skills, and to learn from Ghanaian people. And then this cross-mobility program is also to get some young Ghanaian volunteer in France. Perhaps you may know that during the Olympic and Paralympic Games in Paris this summer, there was 8 Ghanaian volunteers, young Ghanaian volunteers, who was part of the Olympic and Paralympic Games. And you know, I repeat, it's very important for us to share and to share on the both place, you know, in France as in Ghana.
Round of applause to Joseph Abdoko. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much. My name is Elsa. I'm 26 years old and I'm from France. I'm a volunteer here, International Solidarity Volunteer, and I work as a communication officer at France Volontaire. So France Volontaire is an organism of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from France. So we are an operator and we act here as a platform where we put in connection sending organizations in France and hosting organizations in Ghana to promote what we call the international exchange and solidarity volunteering. We have been starting our activities in Ghana in 2008 and we have created the volunteering center in 2013. So yeah, it's been more than 10 years now since we are here. And we act as a partner closely with the French embassy and the Ghanaian authorities to develop the French volunteering in Ghana in partnership with associations and NGOs. It's a work in progress. We are actually going to a really good development dynamic, because when we started here, we had about like maybe 10 volunteers coming each year. And this year, for example, the year is not done yet, and we are almost at 90 volunteers that are here. And we also have developed a very important program for us, which is the reciprocity. So we believe that every country that is willing to host French volunteers is also willing to send volunteers. So this year particularly, we have been developing that reciprocity program and sending Ghanaian volunteers to France through civic service and international solidarity missions. So yeah, we are achieving our goals step by step. Cooperation is a really long process, and we look forward to engage more and more with some new partners here. And as I said, we have the full support of the French embassy here in Ghana, and we have long-time partners such as Off the Street that host French volunteers since a couple of years. And so, okay, so with Off the Street particularly, we have been organizing some work camps, solidarity work camps. So we send groups of volunteers, between like 10 and 20 volunteers, and they come from an organization in France here to help the activities of the street. So the first one we had, tell me if I'm wrong, was the library in Jamestown. Then you had like the game center, and
we have the farming project.
Exactly, the farming project as well. And this year they were renovating the school at Jamestown with an organization that is called Jeunesse Feu Vert, and they came. There were like 17 volunteers, something like that. 17 volunteers, young people between 15 and 19 years old, and they were supporting Off the Street activities during more or less a month.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
In their school. Thank you so much for the amazing work you are doing. So, and also we have programs of that sort that are fully funded by the French government.
Ken Clatcho me somewhere near Akuyado, St. Penyo Jimmy, Shafo me at Jamestown, English Alata. He ran a school English Alata, the lighthouse, actually keep of the street foundation. He can be P, new wire or community. Let me man pass, I go around, do a big can be come street them. Look, I'm about school, I'm a school for free. When your organization be, France, German, America, UK. Now me make about few activities P Nigeria or community. As Benin and like Jamestown, no too much clear there na fishing ke boxing. It can be a small fishing ke boxing and wapofi education. One interfrache where I go school down. She knew what like education is access to every child there. One what decide I can walk about small our community. As me people like too much tour guide in for tourism at Jamestown. Or moon too much can get bluff for me in car many big papa and you feel our community. Bluff for my own P and I'm a small after our new community. Or no too much Jamestown Lighthouse ne. Quali in French organization for many years because tourist tour guide Jimmy bluff for me nearby le tumoko onamoku ya Jamestown no kele yen na ke o message no ale message e fine ke te e ata no peshi e spread or message e hon message e ha me wo ngmene no na me Alliance Française na ni nkenye fe ba na ke program na ni di French volunteer de Inka French be chuoni ni French volunteer say amepi ba wa Jamestown no meneshi menen pa ne onamiye Alliance Française wo ka me chakpan wo ka me chuni ne
over the about talk or abaje what be no wo bi ani oyo mo chon me jake chakpan ni camp France bi ati emi wa ejuba denche ani obanye ocho mambi wa mo poteni ameke wa especially for foundation
foundation she je chuchuku onfa ko gbedan she true French organization amegwa mi inte France down amewa nya anyuko mehu amete France down ewo yeshida ye anukwale mi French organization amewa wo ke ye gbe fan mi amewa wo ye ni bi pia mi ekome ba me ba wa wo painter school e mi fe okome hu ba me ba wa wo sa school roofing e ke ni bi fe wo French organization amewa wo Jamestown ojogba je non mi to make mo fi amoni fi voluntary work efia eji mi pa fa enu chumo shisije esa no ko yin fun skanu sa ko yin afun anukwale ke ni papa no cause ka shisije wa je no fi anu ishino ke ska ya fi efiti of ewo mi pa mo fi amo fa ke mo fi amo ni fi voluntary work ya efia le ne fi FGH mi ne fi lo jugba ni ke fi lo jugba ni papa ba jemi neighbor ofane school level intermediate and the beginners from 3 years up to 17 years those who cannot read and write we no ni we fi chon languages we chon Ghanaian syllabus we teacher for ni tafra chamba fi voluntary work e bi na I pay am na me ba fi le free we Ghanaian syllabus we chon am fin
Mon nom est Augustine et je suis enseignante. Mon nom est Augustine et je suis enseignante de la fondation de Hip-Hop Street. Mais je suis de faire partie de cette famille et je suis appréciée l'effort pour l'organisation. Parce que les enfants, c'est important dans la société. Et je prie pour les souvenirs inoubliables et les bonnes contributions et continuer notre bon travail dans la société. Merci.
Merci. Agbene won in teacher Koji Ishmoto. Ben artist teacher ni na chon gbe kan bi good drawings any bi na le teacher ko ne
Chomi Ishmo so ni gbe na kan bi Ishmoto Jamestown boss ne for school we support with artworks paintings any bi mu go wa school
o to body e painting here na fe for na ani bo paint to hale
o de bo wa fe no support program
o fa no ra do